And welcome back, guys. As you probably know, if you're following this channel, you know that I've been on leave for a photography trip in Patagonia. And then right after that, I got back and I had a lot of stuff to do, a lot of buffer to clean out before moving forward with the next thing. So I'm finally back. I'm starting to produce video again, and I think I'm back for good. So we should be fine, and I should be able to start producing videos with my usual weekly rate. Now, speaking of my Patagonia photographic trip, the products that we're going to talk about today are related to that because I use them every single day in my Patagonia trip. And cameras and lenses aside, this is the product that made the most of the difference in my photography. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the K&F Square Filter System Pro together with its 150 millimeters gradual ND, which it's sold separately from this kit. We're gonna get to what's in the box in a second, but let me just talk to you about these products. These are the top of the line from K&F, and if you don't know K&F, they've been producing photography accessories and photography related stuff for quite a while now. Before getting into the product, let me remind you that K&F sent me these products for review and I get to keep them, but they don't get to know what I think about the product before you know. They don't have anything to say in what I'm saying in this video or not. And overall, my impressions, my review of this product is completely genuine and absolutely honest. Let me also remind you that there's a special discount code for you guys that K&F gave me. It's an 18% off. The discount code is Luca18. You can use it for any purchase that you do in their website, which is kentonfaith.com. If not sure, it's going to be on the video and in the description as well. So don't forget about the discount code. Now, let's get right into the filter system and its quality and its flaws, if they have any. So what comes in the box? Let me just remind you, we're talking about one filter kit like this that has all the majority of the things that you may need for a filter system. And then you have an additional accessory, which is the gradual ND, which is sold separately, but it's part of the same environment, part of the same filter system. So we're talking about two products in the same review. Let's start with the main filter kit. What you get in the box, this is the pouch that it comes from. It's a faux leather pouch that is built really well. It's a bit big. We're gonna get to that later in the video, but it's very well done, very well built, and definitely does its job. Within the pouch, you're gonna find 4 different ring adapters: 67 millimeters, 72 millimeters, 77 millimeters, and 82 millimeters, because you're gonna screw the ring adapter on your lens, and then you're gonna put the filter holder on the lens adapter. This is how basically all the filter system that I know work, at least flat filter system, square filter system. Then you have the filter holder that I just mentioned. You have the polarizing filter, and you have 3 different ND filters: the 3-stop ND filter, the 6-stop, and the 10-stop. And that's basically all you need when it comes to having a filtering system kit that covers 99% of your needs. The remaining 1%, it's covered by one or more of these filters. I'm using one, but you can use 2 if you want to be more creative, but that's something that we're not going to discuss in this video. Anyways, this is the gradual ND filter, which is, as you can see, the size is not square, it's a rectangular, because instead of being 100 by 100 like the other filter in the kit, this is 150 to 100, because you can slide it up and down in order to determine how much you want an area, the top or the bottom area, to be darker or brighter than the rest of the picture. So it's a rectangular filter that goes up and down. And this comes with its pouch, which is basically built the same, and in the filter itself. That's it. There's no more than that. Both pouches have are kept together with magnets. I mean, the top, they get closed by a magnet, and within that you have this little flap that slides everything up, and it allows you to have an easier access to your filters and your accessories within the pouch. Same thing in this one over here. You just open it, pick it up, and you get access to your filter. So that's what you get in the box. That's what you need. That's what I needed, and I don't think I needed any more than this in my trip to Patagonia. Now let's talk about the most important thing when it comes to the any filter system, and that is the image quality. Now, a good filter system has to do whatever the filter is supposed to do. So if it's an ND, it needs to be darker. If it's a black mist, it needs to add that effect. Each filter has its own purpose. So it needs to do that, but at the same time, it's supposed not to affect the quality of the image itself. And that means do not affect the sharpness, do not add super strong color casting that then are difficult to neutralize in post. I'm happy to report that this filter system accomplishes it very well. When it comes to the sharpness, I couldn't notice any sharpness drop at all. Now, of course, any piece of glass in front of your lens is going to somehow affect it, but if it's negligible, if it's something you don't notice, that's as much as you can ask. And with this one, I had no effect on the overall sharpness of the image. The image was as sharp as it was without the filter. At the same time, and you will starting to see a couple of images here to show what I'm about to say, the color casting that any of these filters add is so minimal that it doesn't really matter. Starting with the ND filters, any of them have a very minimal color casting that you definitely don't notice unless you put the images one against each other, the one without filter and the one with the filter. And even then, it takes some good eye to realize that there's a little bit of color casting. That is a great result. And I want to repeat that is a great result. There's no way an ND filter doesn't add a little bit of color casting. In this case, what they add is very, very minimal, and the strongest of the effect that you get it with the polarizing filter, which is to be expected because it's the job of the polarizers to somehow affect the colors. Of course, the amount of effect that the polarizer has on the image depends on how much you're polarizing it, how much you're rotating the filter to obtain what you need. Again, the result, in my opinion, is very good. It's actually the best that I've ever had when I combine more filters, the best that I've ever had, because that minor thing that it gets added is super easy to correct in post. Now, before you say anything, if you're committing to using a filter system like this, okay? If you're committing to using a square filter system, filters that you have to bring with you, you have to slide in, slide out, decide which one you want, you stack them one on top of each other, there's no way you're not going to edit your pictures. If you're telling me that you're taking the JPEG out of camera and using that as your final product after you've committed to use a filter system like this, apologies, there must be something wrong with you. Yeah, you can share the initial image, you put it on your phone and you share it immediately, but your final result is gonna be edited. And since I'm taking for granted that you're editing the pictures, overall, when it comes to image quality, you cannot complain about it. It punches above its weight, it's very good, and it's reliable. You know that it's not gonna affect your image in a bad way. Another bright spot for this kit is the usability. Because the usability, the filter system is very easy to use. You screw the lens adapter on your lens, and then you put the filter holder very easily on top of it, and then you just need to open, like slide the little bit, the flap that the holder has, and then you attach it on the lens adapter, and then you can easily secure it with a knob. That knob ensures that the filter is not going to go anywhere. Then the slot for the polarizer is going to work only one way. So you put the polarizer in the wrong way, it's not going to secure, it's not going to close, and has a written thing on top of it that says error with the polarizing filter. That means that you should flip the polarizing filter back to front, and then you can then secure it, close it, and once it's there, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's easy to operate, and it's secure because you're not going to lose it. The knob that makes the polarizing filter rotate, it's super easy as well. You can definitely use it without any issue. And the two slots that you have for the sliding filters are a little bit tight, to the point where you need to put your hand behind it just to make sure that when you're sliding those in, the lens won't go anywhere. But at the same time, being that stiff, I think the stiffness is going to a little bit go away the more you use it. That's something I can take for granted. But again, the fact that it's stiff, and the fact that the filters have these tabs and this canvas around it that allows you to operate it without touching the glass, and also sealing the gap where light may get in. That means you're not going to have those bad reflections that I hate, and that I've found in a lot of filter systems, because there's no way the light can leak in. So from a usability standpoint, this is super, 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 super easy. Is it everything perfect? Is it all roses and sunrise? And I don't know how you say that, but anyways, is it everything perfect? Of course not. Nothing is. And so let's just go talk about the things that I didn't like. There isn't much that I didn't like, and it doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the filter themselves. As I mentioned, the quality of the filters is really good. So what is it that I didn't like? I didn't like the overall size and bulkiness of the system, because it takes quite a little bit of space in your bag. Now, of course, it's a 100mm by 100mm square filter system, and the GND is 150 by 100. So the size is already dictated by that. However, the fact that K&F put the canvas around it with the tabs make the overall package bigger than other systems where you don't have anything. You just take your glass with your hands and just slide it in. You trade size for usability. In my opinion, it's a decent trade-off. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that both pouches, but mostly these, they are like the top, it's closed by magnets, and these magnets are fairly strong. Okay. However, this is a filter system that costs around 300 euros, so $300, and that means is cheaper than a lot of other systems, but it's not something you want to drop. Okay. And one thing that it's enticing is that this thing has a loop here in the back you can put on your belt, and have it easily reachable as you're walking or as you're doing whatever you're doing. However, and that's a me problem more than an actual problem, the fact that it's closed by magnets, which I repeat are fairly strong, doesn't give me that peace of mind that I can walk without any issue and make sure that I won't drop these filters. So I would have loved a good old zipper to be there, so that I know that if I secure the zipper, I won't lose any of my filters. So in conclusion, what can I say about it? I can definitely recommend this filter system, both part of it, like the flat filter system Pro and the GND, because they work very well together. They are super high quality when it comes to the glass, making it they're super easy to use, they're easy to operate, and they offer a great value for your money. The prices are going to be, you're going to see it on the website. Speaking of which, don't forget about the discount code that I was given by KNF. It's Luca18, and it's 18% off any purchase that you make on their website. So check the description below to go get your KNF product with 18% off. So going back to the product, I don't really have anything bad to say about this kit. I like it, I love it. It's become part of my daily landscape photography kit. It's going to be with me anytime I go for serious landscape photography, because it delivers. It's very good. I like to use it, and it's easy to use. So I don't think all the minor things that I mentioned were the things that I didn't like aren't really deal breaker. Aren't really showstopper. Aren't really fatal flaws. There are things that I would have loved to be different, but honestly, they're not huge. So for me, it's a huge thumbs up. I would definitely recommend it to anyone who's taking landscape photography seriously, because a filter like that changes the result of what you can do, changes gives you that flexibility of playing with shutter time, playing with exposure, playing with long exposures and all of that. And it does it with a reasonable cost and a very good final result. So for me, again, thumbs up. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.